Good day, everyone. I am Darlene L. Hingpit, the first reporter of Group 1 from BTLED 27A. Today, our group will tackle about agrifishery 2, common fish species. In this slide, we will see a picture and names of the several types of fish, and it involves anchovy, barracuda, betta, blue tongue, bream, bullhead, butterfly fish, carp, clownfish, eel, flounder, herring, lionfish, stingray, puffer, shark, sturgeon, sunfish, tarpon, tuna, whale, yellowtail catfish, climbing perch, kissing fish, shark catfish, gray mullet, dolphin, goldfish, and sawfish. So another types of fish includes goby fish, anabas, eel, catfish, anchovy, skatefish, snapper, grouper, zander, pike, mackerel, catran, salmon, perch, tuna, mullet, sturgeon, catfish, flounder, cod, bream, carp, trout, slab, surmullet, and scud. And the next slide is about the meaning of fish. So what is fish? Fish is any of approximately 34,000 species of vertebrate animals that are found in the fresh and salt waters of the world. Living species range from the primitive jawless lampreys and hagfishes through the cartilaginous sharks, skates, and rays to the abundant and diverse bony fishes. Most fish species are cold-blooded. However, one species, the opa or Lamprey guttatus, is warm-blooded. Fish comes from an old German version of the Latin word piscus, from which you might recognize the astrological sign Pisces. The word can describe either the creature or the myth of the creature. The study of fishes, the science of ichthyology, is of broad importance. Fishes are of interest to humans for many reasons, the most important being their relationship with and dependence on the environment. A more obvious reason for interest in fishes is their role as a moderate but important part of the world's food supply. This resource, once thought unlimited, is now realized to be finite and in delicate balance with the biological, chemical, and physical factors of the aquatic environment. Overfishing, pollution, and alteration of the environment are the chief enemies of proper fisheries management, both in fresh waters and in oceans. So, fish are aquatic vertebrates. They usually have gills, paired fins, a long body covered with scales, and tend to be cold-blooded. Also, fish is a term used to refer to lampreys, sharks, coelacanths, and ray-finned fishes, but is not a taxonomic group, which is a clade or group containing a common ancestor and all its descendants. Instead, there are three main classes, groups, or types of fish: bony fish or osteichthyes, jawless fish or agnata, and cartilaginous fish or chondrichthyes. Fish are the most diverse group among the vertebrates. with over 33,000 different types of fish species. No one really knows how many different types of fish exist in the world. More are being discovered constantly. We may have over 35,000 or even 40,000 known species soon. On the next slide is about the 5 fish characteristics. There are 3 superclasses into which fish are grouped. So as what I've said earlier, that there are 3 superclasses which involve bony fish or osteichthyes, jawless fish or agnata, and cartilaginous fish or chondrichthyes. Ray finned fishes are one of the class Actinopterygii, while lobe-finned fishes are the class Sarcopterygii. Both are clades of bony fishes. Regardless, all fish have some characteristics in common that distinguish them from other animals. So here are 5 characteristics of fish. It involves first the cold-bloodedness, second, water habitat, third, gills to breathe, fourth, swim bladders, and last is the fins for movements. So the first characteristic is the cold-bloodedness. In these characteristics, all fish are ectothermic or cold-blooded, meaning they cannot regulate their internal body temperature. Even warm-blooded fish such as tuna and mackerel sharks have only regional endothermy or warm-bloodedness limited to certain areas. The second characteristic of fish is the water habitat. In these characteristics, all fish live in bodies of water, whether it is fresh water or salt water. However, not all creatures that live in water are fish. The third characteristic is the gills to breathe. Fish have gills throughout their life cycle. As with the water habitat, although all fish have gills, not all creatures with gills are fish. The fourth characteristic is the swim bladders. Specialized organs fill with air to keep the fish afloat, and in some species, help them survive with low oxygen levels. They also help fish sleep and are sensitive enough to detect the movement of food and predators. The last characteristic is the fins for movements. Most common are a tail fin, a pair of side fins, a dorsal fin, and an anal fin. Variations exist, but they all provide motion, maneuverability, and stability. So we will continue to the next slide. In this slide, we will tackle about fish exceptions. There are several exceptions to the common definition of a fish. For example, hagfish don't have scales and aren't true vertebrates or are considered primitive vertebrates. Mudskippers are amphibious fish that can live outside water. Lungfish use lungs instead of gills to breathe. Lampreys, lock-paired fins, and tuna are warm-blooded. Also, not all fish groups come from fish lineages. The superclass Tetrapoda of the 4 listed animals is considered to be a group within Sarcopterygii and includes amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Hence, Sarcopterygii includes both lobe-finned fishes, and tetrapods. Finally, not all aquatic creatures which resemble fish are considered fish. Whales, dolphins, and porpoises and are aquatic mammals, for example. So on this slide, not all fish are vertebrates. Like for example, the hagfish don't have scales and they are not vertebrates. They are considered primitive vertebrates. And also lungfish doesn't use gills to breathe. They use their lungs, from the word itself, lungfish. Also, we have 4 groups within Sarcopterygidae. That includes, first is the amphibians, second is the reptiles, third is the birds, and last is mammals. We'll continue to the next slide. On the next slide is the fish pregnancy. There are 2 main types of fish pregnancies. First is the ovoviviparity or aplacental viviparity, or also called egg-bearing. And second is the viviparous or embryo-bearing. Both are considered to be live-bearing. So always remember the 2 main types of fish pregnancies. First is the ovoviviparity and the second is viviparous. Viviparous, sorry. But if you can't remember the 2 names, you can remember the other 2 called. First is the egg-bearing and the embryo-bearing. So let's tackle the meaning about ovoviviparity. Ovoviviparity. It has eggs develop and hatch internally, with the young being born live. It can express either ovoviviparity or external fertilization of eggs and zygote development. Oviparity, internal fertilization of eggs and external development of zygotes as eggs with yolks. Or ovoviviparity, internal fertilization of eggs and internal development of embryos with yolks. Stingrays, seahorses, and some shark species are ovoviviparous. So are guppies, mollies, swordtails, half-bricks, and platies. So ovoviviparity can express either the 3. First is the ovoliparity, second is the oviparity, third is the ovoviviparity. So always remember the 3 names as what I've said earlier. Also, some examples of ovoviviparous are stingrays, seahorses, and some shark species. So the next and second type of fish pregnancies is the viviparity. So it has embryos develops internally before being born live. It can express either histotrophic or tissue-eating. Viviparity or mother provides no nutrition and embryos eat their unborn siblings or mother's unfertilized eggs. Or hemotrophic or blood-eating. Viviparity or mother provides nutrition usually through a placenta. Many shark species are viviparous. So in this second type of fish pregnancy, it is viviparity. It has 2. It can express either histotrophic or hemotrophic. Also, it can express through tissue eating and blood eating. Let's continue about the world's most common types of fish. Next slide. There are two pictures regarding the several types of fishes. So, fish are common in most water bodies around the world. They are found in almost all aquatic environments from the deepest parts of the ocean to the streams of the high mountains. There are about 33,600 species of fish known today. Fish are an essential resource to humans across the world, particularly as food. Yes, it's true that fish can be our food or mahimantong sudan sa kada adlaw-adlaw. Depende kung barato ang isda, then makasudan tag isda. Kung mahal dili lang sa tamag isda. Also, fish have played a significant role in the culture of humans since time immemorial, and they have served as religious symbols, deities, and have been subjects of movies and books. The majority of fish are exothermic, which means they are cold-blooded and can vary their body temperatures with the change in temperature. Some of the world's giant fish, like the white shark, have a higher core temperature. So, we all know that fish kay makita siya sa water bodies, naa sa ocean, naa sa mga karagatan, dagat, mga na. Also, nasa mga tao nga gabuhi og isda, ibutang nila sa ilang aquarium. Also, ang mga isda sad, kung ibutang nimo siya sa aquarium niya, imong ialaga gani kay naisad siya. As in, nindot siya. Then, fish is cold, exothermic sila kay they are cold-blooded. Next slide. So the next slide is about the top 10 world's most common types of fish. So on this slide, it will be tackled by Mr. Miguel Clayty Olalo. Thank you for listening for the first part of our reporting, and stay tuned to the next reporter.
The world's most common types of fish, ranked from number 1 to 10. Number 1 is the grass carp, which has a commercial harvest of 5,028,661. Second is the Peruvian anchoveta, which has a commercial harvest of 4,692,855. Silver carp runs third with a commercial harvest of 4,189,578. Fourth is the common carp, which has a commercial harvest of 3,791,913. Next is Alaska pollock with commercial harvest of 3,271,426. Nile tilapia is 6th with 3,197,330. White leg shrimp with 3,178,721. Big head carp with 2,898,816. Skipjack tuna with commercial harvest of 2,795,339. Katla for the last one. Commercial harvest to 2,761,022. Grass carp. The grass carp is a species of large herbivorous freshwater fish in the family Cyprinidae, native to the Pacific Far East with a native range stretching from northern Vietnam to the Amur River on the Sino-Russian border. This Asian carp is the only species of the genus Enoparidon. The Peruvian anchoveta. is a species of fish of the anchovy family, Engralidae, from the Southeast Pacific Ocean. It has yielded greater catches than any other single wild species in the world, with annual harvests varying between 3.4 and 8.32 million tons throughout the 2010s. Next is the silver carp, or Hypophthalmictis molitrix, is a species of freshwater cyprinid fish, a variety of Asian carp native to China and eastern Siberia, from the Amur River drainage in the north to the Xijiang River drainage in the south. Although a certain species in its natural habitat, it has long been cultivated in China. By weight, more silver carp are produced worldwide in aquaculture than any other species of fish except for the grass carp. Silver carp are usually farmed in polyculture with other Asian carp or sometimes with catla or other fish species. Next is Eurasian or European carp, or Cyprinus carpio, formerly known as the common carp, is a widespread freshwater fish of eutrophoric waters in lakes and large rivers in Europe and Asia. The native wild populations are considered vulnerable to extinction by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, but the species has also been domesticated and introduced into environments worldwide and is often considered a destructive invasive species, being included in the list of the world's 100 worst invasive species. It gives its name to the carp family Cyprinidae. Next is the Alaska pollock. Alaska pollock, or walleye pollock, is a marine fish species of the cod genus Gadus and family Gadidae. It is a semi-pelagic schooling fish widely distributed in the North Pacific, with largest concentrations found in the eastern Bering Sea. Next is the Nile tilapia, is a species of tilapia, a cichlid fish native to the northern half of Africa and the Levant area, including Israel and Lebanon. Numerous introduced populations exist outside its natural range. It is also commercially known as mango fish, Nilotica, or booty. Next is white-leg shrimp, also known as Pacific white shrimp or king prawn. It is a species of prawn of the eastern Pacific Ocean, commonly caught or farmed for food. The big-head carp is a species of freshwater fish, one of the several Asian carps. It is one of the most intensively exploited fishes in the aquaculture, with an annual worldwide production of over 3 million tons in 2013, principally from China. The skipjack tuna. It is a medium-sized perciform fish in the tuna family, Scombridae. It is also otherwise known as the Balaya, Kakalang, Katsu, Arctic bonito, Mushmouth, Oceanic bonito, striped tuna, or victor fish. It grows up to 1 meter in length. It is a cosmopolitan pelagic fish found in tropical and warm temperate waters. Katla, also known as the major South Asian carp, is an economically important South Asian freshwater fish, the carp family Cyprinidae. It is native to rivers and lakes in northern India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, and Pakistan, but has also been introduced elsewhere in South Asia and is commonly farmed.
This is Jerica Ugsang, the third reporter of Group 1. So, it's all about the most common fish in the Philippines. So five the popular fish that every Filipinos enjoy eating, like the restaurant or family bonding, celebration, or etc. So it is no dumb that fish is a Filipino simple. Many people enjoy and consider a simple next to rice in a multiple homes. So they have a source of protein, kids and adults also. First is a tilapia, second dilis, third is bangus, second is maya-maya, and the last is a pampano. So as you can see this photo, like tilapia, although the tilapia it's not a typically Filipino and is a
popular in the other parts of the world. The crispy fried tilapia is a favorite in many homes. Easy to cook na siya for banding or kanang for kuan sa imong family. Tilapia is known to have a high protein source and is low in the total saturated fats, which is ideal for those looking for fish that easy to cook. Yes, kanang dali na siya lutoon for home. Like butangan na siya kanang i-grill na siya or kanang i-crispy fried or butangan siya kanang coconut milk or for many flavor. Pwede na siya kanang sarsa and etc. The second is dilis, better known as kanang kuan siya kanang bulinaw kung sa Pilipino pa ni siya. It also known or kanang para sa ato is kanang appetizer. Yes, appetizer. They are great for snack and also one of the most affordable fish you can buy in the markets or grocery stores everywhere in the Philippines. So, kung sa Pilipino pa ni siya, mo ni siya ang pulutan. Mo ni siya ang favorite pulutan. Kung mag-inom, etc. So, aning dilis is kanang nani siya benefits. Dilis is like sardinas. It is highly heart friendly as the most beneficial types of kanang polyunsaturated fats is found in this fish. Muna siya ang kanang who get this amount of the omega-3 fatty acids from fish such as dilis tend to increase the HDL kanang cholesterol and decrease na siya sa triglycerides. Muna siya ang kuan maka-reach out ni siya for source for protein and omega-3 for fatty. Mani. So the third is bangus. Bangus is a Filipino the national food or yes, also known as a milk fish. Milk fish kung why ngano siya gitawag siya og milk fish by kanang kuani siya nga white and flaky fish mo ni siya kanang murag something sa iya ang hasang-hasang. If we cook after being steamed, pan-fried or kanang i-meat na siya kay mo closely resembling the milk. Mo ni siya ang nganong gitawag na siya milk fish. So, it is popularly known as the national fish, although the National Commission for Culture and the Art has stated that this is not the case as it has no basis in the Philippine law. So, ang bangus is they have also kanang known ni siya for very fat and evidence of bones. Like kabantay kanang kung sa Filipino pa na is kanang isugban na siya and then kabantay kanang sayahang kuan niya dapit sayahang mga kamot-kamot and then na siya kanang tambok, di ba? Lami mo na siya kayo na siya kanon, di ba? Mo na siya makakuan og fats, mo na makakuan grabe og kanang kuan sa ato ang body. So, the fourth is maya-maya, which is popularly known as a snapper. Kung sa Cebuano pa na, mo na siya gitawag og sulid. But it is one of the kind and stands out from other fish commonly nga most expensive price like katong yato kog market and then kita ko ni siya ni galaan man jud ako mami ani niya and then kuan siya kanang expensive ang iyang most expensive price nga makapalit ka ni nga maya-maya 200 above murag inana 200 above. So ang kanang maya-maya it also have ang kuan kanang good to have known the nutrition facts. So maya-maya is a good source of omega-3. It helps to increase the levels of good cholesterol, reduce the blood cells, regulate the blood pressures, and slower the down inflammation. Wala siya ang unsay maka-healthy anang fish. But eventually ang kanigid siya nga fish kay pangitawon siya but expensive ra jud kini siya. Ano siya pinakamahal. So, the 5 is pampano. Pampano is a favorite golden pampano. Another Pinoy to go to better known as the salmon. Yes. Muna siya kanang kung ano siya diri kanang kung pinakamahal. Local salmon, it is a high value fish that is often the mesquite to the sapsap as siya is a saltwater fish that is gradually becoming high in the demand in the local agriculture since it is a convenient to culture them as a school knowing they quickly adapt to a culture environment. So what are the benefits of the pampano fish? So first, the pampano fish, it is increasingly popular fish that is now commercially found the great source of kanang naan siya vitamin D, vitamin B1, B12. So it is an essential acids. Pampano has a rich mild flavor and think-free white flesh. The whole fish is an individual takes to kanang mga bones ana niya. Muna siya ang pinakamahal. So, the second topic is a common fish water spaces. So, one of the first things to learn about fish water fishing is the 3 different categories of fish waters. So, first is the base on the water temperature and resulting the amount of the oxygen in the water. Different fish will prefer or simply need different temperatures and oxygen levels to thrive. Knowing this information becomes critical when it comes to search out of the specific fish. So, the cold water fish is kanang need to live in the cold water temperatures between the 50 and the 60 degrees. So, as you can see this photo, the 3 photo nga na-describe ani nga fish, nga differences na siya, which is the rainbow trout, brown trout, and the brook trout. So, these are the 3 common cold water fish. And then, brook fish, what is siya ang kanang is a species of fish water that generates the severeness of the salmon family. The brown trout, it also have the health benefits are excellent source of protein, niacin, vitamin B12, and omega-3 fatty acids. Protein is also the building blocks of our body. It is important to growth and development asset, repairing and damaged tissues. So the last but not the least about the rainbow trout. Rainbow trout is a pack with the protein and essential omega-3 fatty acids, as well as the potassium, all of which can help to manage high blood pressure, improve the muscle strength, and metabolism. So that's all for today.
Hello everyone, this is Darlene L. Hingpit. I will continue to report the common freshwater species. So there are three common freshwater species. First is the cold water fish, second is the cold water fish, and last is the warm water fish. So the first one is the cold water fish. It has been discussed by Miss Jerkatea Ogsang. So I will continue to the second common freshwater species. It is the cold water fish. Cold water fish species live in temperatures that range between those of the cold water and warm water species, or between 60 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Because of this, they are often found in the Midwestern and Northern United States. There are four common cold water fish species. It includes muskellunge, northern pike, walleye, and the yellow perch. The first common cold water fish is the muskellunge. It is a Canadian name, informal name for the muskellunge. It is muskie. So muskellunge is a large pike that occurs only in the Great Lakes region. The second common cold water fish species is the northern pike. The northern pike, or Esox lucius, is a species of carnivorous fish of the genus Exus, or the pikes. They are typical of brackish and fresh waters of the northern hemisphere. For example, Holarctic in distribution. They are known simply as a pike in Britain, Ireland, and most of Eastern Europe, Canada, and the United States. The third common cold water fish species is the walleye. The walleye, also called the yellow pike or yellow pickerel, it is a freshwater perciform fish native to most of Canada and to the northern United States. It is a North American close relative of the European zander, also known as the pike perch. The last common cold water fish is the yellow perch, commonly referred to as perch, striped perch, American perch, American river perch, or preacher. It is a freshwater perciform fish native to much of North America. The yellow perch was described in 1814 by Samuel Latham Mitchell from New York. So always remember the four common fish species of they are muskellunge, northern pike, walleye, and the yellow perch. Next slide is about the third common freshwater species. It is the warm water fish. Warm water fish. It can survive in a wide range of conditions, which generally means they can be found throughout most of the United States and will be easier to find and hook than some other freshwater species. With that said, these species are going to flourish in 80 plus degrees Fahrenheit water temperatures. So when seeking them out, be sure to keep that in mind. There are 5 common fish species of warm water. They are bluegill, catfish, crappies, largemouth bass or bass, and the sunfish. So let's tackle first the first one, the bluegill. The bluegill, sometimes referred to as bream, sunny or copper nose, or from it can referred also to perch, as a common in Texas. It is a species of freshwater fish of the family Centrachidae from the order Perciformes native to North America, and commonly found in streams, rivers, lakes, ponds, and wetlands east of the Rockies. The second common fish species is the catfish. So catfish are a diverse group of ray-finned fishes named for their prominent barbels, which resembles a cat's whiskers. Catfish range in size and behavior from the three largest species alive. So the third common warm water fish is the crappies. Crappies are two species of North American freshwater fish of the genus Pomoxis in the family Centracidae. Both species of crappies are popular game fish among recreational anglers. The fourth common warm water fish species is the largemouth bass. It is a carnivorous freshwater game fish in the Centracidae family, a species of black bass native to the eastern and central United States, southeastern Canada, and northern Mexico, but widely introduced elsewhere. So the last warm water common fish species is the sunfish. It is any fish in the Mola genus. The fish develop their truncated, bullet-like shape because the back fin with which they are born never grows. Instead, it folds into itself as the creature matures, creating a rounded, rather called a clavus. So, let me repeat about the warm water fish. It includes bluegill, catfish, crappies, largemouth bass, and sunfish. So these are some references about sa amuang topic. So for the recap, our group tackle about the common fish species. It includes the types of fish, the meaning of fish, the 5 characteristics of fish, which are cold-bloodedness, water habitat, gills to breathe, swim bladders, and fins for movements. I also tackle about the fish exceptions and the fish pregnancy. Also, Mr. Miguel Clay Olalo tackle about the world's most common types of fishes, where it includes 10 top 10 world's most common types of fishes. It includes grass carp, Peruvian anchoveta, silver carp, common carp, Alaska pollock, Nile tilapia, white-legged shrimp, bighead carp, skipjack tuna, and the katla. Also, Miss Jerica Thea Ugsang tackle about the most common fish in the Philippines, where it involves the top 5 popular fish that every Filipinos enjoy eating. The top 5 popular fish are tilapia, dilis, bangus, maya-maya, and pompano. Also, she tackled about common freshwater species where it includes cold water fish. And there are 3 common cold water fish species include brook trout, brown trout, and rainbow trout. On the second common freshwater species, I tackle about the cold water fish where it involves 4 common cold water fish species. They are mascalange, northern pike, walleye, and the yellow perch. Also, I tackle about the warm water fish where it includes 5 common fish species. Includes bluegill, catfish, crappies, largemouth bass, and sunfish. So that's it. I'm done sa recap na mo about sa among report. Thank you everyone for listening. Stay safe. This has been the Group 1 and God bless us all. Bye-bye.